Hey, good day all you content creators out there. How many of you are sitting there wondering the big questions in your mind right now going, so, what accessories do I need? I've got the little phone, I've got my little bit of lighting or something for myself. What else do I need? What are some of the accessories? I know there's a lot of content creators out there going, there's actually hundreds of different things you can get. So today, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started and take a look at some of the little things I found just from around the room here today. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into my first item here that I have today that I found around the room here. And this is my little A6400 Sony. This used to be a very popular camera. We'll go ahead and bring it in front of the camera over there so you can see it there. I used to use this one all the time. I used it a lot. It still gets used for a lot of pictures and stuff now. That's why I mainly go ahead and do it. But if you're out there getting a camera right now, and a lot of this stuff we're going to go in today, I'm talking about, I'm not going to go into full detail with it. I'm not going to give you a full breakdown of the A6400 today or any of the other stuff right here. Just going to go ahead and show you some of the items that you can get for them that, as a content creator, would help you out probably a lot. Some things to think about. This one right here doesn't come with a cage. It has a cage on it right now, and it has had a cage on it from day one when I bought it. Now, cages is first item that if you have a camera, I would go ahead and think about spending some extra money to go ahead and protect your investment that you have right there. Now, just to give you an idea, this camera this week fell right off a desk, boom, right onto the floor. The cage did its job. It landed right here in the corner here, not even a scratch on it. Let me show you right there up close so you can get it in focus. Not even a scratch. Didn't do any damage to the camera at all. Cage did its job. That's what it was meant for. Another thing is for the cages are good for is to go ahead and give you a lot of attachments. Now, as you're trying to film and stuff, yeah, it's kind of bulky here, but if you could have a nice handle there to go ahead and grab onto, then bring it over here so you can see the handle there. But bring it down. That you go ahead and attach right to the top. This one, as you can see right there, it just has little screw things right on top. Just goes right on top of the camera here into the cage, and you just screw it right on there. So easy enough to get on there. Once it's on, you've got a nice good handle to grab onto the camera. You could flip the camera around, hold it this way if you're doing a top-down shot, or different things, or even grabbing it and running it across the ground. I don't run my cameras across the ground. I have a camera that everything set up on it is over $5,000. I'm not running that thing across the ground. Even though the handle does great and everything, I'm not going to do it with that. This handle right here does have a little screw on it. I've seen some that go ahead and hook into the hot shoe right here. No, I don't recommend those. I want it nice, good, firm grip because I load a lot of stuff on here. I may have lights on here. I may have microphones on here. I may have monitors, little monitors on here. And I don't want all that weight right on there. I want something that's got a good grip on it. Now, some of them do have the NATO rails. All my other cameras have the NATO rails. This is actually the only one that doesn't. What that is, it's a little bar that hooks on right here on the top, and the thing slides right onto it, and a little lever tightens it down. You loosen the lever, it slides right off, so you can take it on and off real fast. No screwing like you do with this one here. So let me go ahead and throw him over to the side there and bring out this one here, talking about the handles or something. Something I used to use before I got the handle on that one, and when I had a phone using it, is you can put a little bracket on here, is this guy right here. And I'm not going to go ahead and put it in front of the other camera because it's too big to go ahead and see in the other one. This one, we'll go ahead and show you right there. It's real great. They have a little attachment bracket right here. You can go on it for your phone with a spring clamp and put your phone on there. And now you got a good grip with your phone and you can run it around. Do I honestly use this one a lot anymore? I did in the beginning. I used to use it a lot. Used to grab it, run the thing across the ground like that and stuff. And I still use it for that purpose now, but as a general rule, I don't use this one too much anymore. But it does have a spot for a light to hook on, a microphone to hook on, different things like that. It's got a little screw that pops up through the bottom here. You can get it into place and line it up. And you can hook your mounting bracket here, or actually with the thing on the bottom of the cage, you can actually hook right to it also there. And again, where I use this one now is if I'm going to do a low shot and I'm coming across, or I'm coming across a river or rocks or anything else, I don't want to be dragging my cameras across that. Even with a cage on it, I don't want it. Too much of a chance a rock could come up, hit the lens or something like that. This raises it up. Camera, yeah, very expensive, as a lot of you know out there. This little guy right here, when I picked it up, was 15 bucks. So Do I want to drag this across the asphalt and let it scrape across the bottom or hit some rocks or something like that? Yeah, I'd rather do that, because even if this thing breaks, it's 15 bucks. I'll throw it away and buy another one. So, little item to think about there. And when your phone and stuff's on there, you've got good grip on it all the way around. It's a little sponge effect on there that doesn't seem to move. It's good and nice and tight. So a little item to think about right there if you're trying and you want to get some shots right there. Next one, with the cameras, they have SD cards, and even with your phones and stuff. Problem I had right off the bat when I first got mine and was starting out is with the SD cards transferring it. The cameras do Bluetooth and they do transfer over, or the phone does also, to my computer where I can go ahead and do the editing on them. But that took so long. So I was taking them out and I got this little guy here. Let me throw him in front of the camera over here so you can see him if we'll focus in. Just got a little USB on the top, but he's got little side ports right there that I can plug the smaller SD card in, or the bigger one will both fit into this one. And I just go ahead and plug them right into the computer, and then I can just download right from there, nice and easy. This, I think, came with a tripod. So by pricing this, it was free. That was an easy no-brainer right there, free, and it actually worked really good. Can you get them online, like Amazon and stuff like that? I found them for maybe like $5, $5, $6, $7 like that. So the first thing was about 15 in that area. Now, don't quote me 100% on all these prices. These are also prices. Some of this stuff I got 5, 6 years ago, maybe even more. So prices may have gone up, but last I knew they were around, that was still around those prices. So that was free. And that's really good. I do have upgraded since that time. I don't use this anymore. I actually got one that's now permanently plugged in, and I just go ahead and pop the cards in there at my computer. Just take them out and pop them in, so I'm not plugging this thing in and out anymore. Now, plugging these in and out, one thing I was finding, my USB ports on my computer. Let me go ahead and show you this one here. Get him in range there. Come on over right there. He's got 3 USB ports and that. I do have a newer one now where I actually have about 8 banks on it right now. This only had 3. But this is another thing you may think about also. Plug it into one of your USB ports. Generally the blue ones are the 3.0 or 3.1s, the newer ones. If it's a black one or a white one, usually it's the older port. So I usually try to find a blue port, plug this in, and then you can plug multiple ones in there. So you go ahead and just plug these guys right into it, and that way, and start transferring over to your computer. This little guy, oh, I think he was under 10 bucks. So I still think he was pretty cheap also. My newer one's probably, I think, about 20 bucks I paid on that one. But this one was about 10 bucks on that one there. So let's get away from the ideas of the cameras and those and transferring. And let's get over to the end where some accessories for microphones. Now, I know a lot of you out there go, okay, microphones and stuff. This is probably one of the best little buys I made. These were right around $100. I think they can jump between 100 to 125 depending on when you buy them. This is a Zoom H1 little recorder. Now, I've gone ahead and used this a lot. You can plug in microphones into this thing. You can use them on its own. I've used them hooked onto little tripod stands. Hooked in, let him get some sound for the room and stuff for me. I've hooked in microphones with them and turn them on and let them record. I'd like to go more into detail into this one here and probably like my H5. I can bring him over here. He's a little more expensive. So we're staying, he's right about 100 bucks. If you can find these guys on sale, they're probably right around $299, 300 bucks right in there. But I use these a lot for recording a lot of my sound and stuff for my audio. He's not being used today. Of course, he's over here, but that's something. Let me get you a good camera picture of this guy here. Bring him over right there. Little Zoom H1. These are good. Now, a lot of my cameras, I use them for scratch sound. They're usually tucked away in the back somewhere and stuff. And if I need to get audio off a town or something, I can even plug the microphone in here and have them put in their pocket and record them directly, kind of like what I'm doing now, but I'm using wireless now. So these are good. Now, 100 bucks, we're still saying the budget's kind of high there. Let me go ahead and grab, who's coming up first? It'd be this one first. Microphones. Okay, this is one of the first ones I bought. Paid about 20 bucks for him. Drawback with this one is he's got a battery in it, but I did find out that you can go ahead and use them without the battery working. I did have it where I found out with my cameras it will work. Nice little extension there. You plug it into your camera, plug it into your phone. Go ahead and hook it up for you. With the battery in here, I found out you could flip it between like a phone and a camera. There is something you have to watch out for. If you see in here, let me give you a good shot of that right over here. I don't know if the camera can pick that up very good. But as you look on it, it's got the little rings on it. Think about it. 3 rings is for camera, or is it 2 rings are for the camera, 3 rings are for the phone. And they do make little adapters and stuff, and I don't have the little adapters in here. But take a look at the rings there and you'll find out which ones. You'd have to double check on that part to find out which ones, because I always get them mixed up, but I know I have them marked on the little adapters here so I can tell which ones are which. So something to think about too. But I think with this one, with the battery, it doesn't matter. You can flip it back and forth and it'll work either way. So another thing to keep the batteries up. Now, this one over here, the next one, yeah, as you're going to look, he's got a lot of cable. Bring him over here, you can see it. It's got a lot of cable with it. But he also has, so I'm going to bring him out. Come on, get out, tangled up in there. He's got 2 microphones. So if you're doing an interview or something like that, you've got the one that can go into like your H1 right there and recorder plugs right into it, and then you can spread up. This one here has the widest part at the end over here, so you can plug in 2 people and have them sit and record them. You don't need to sit there and have all that stuff, wireless and everything. And these are or directly right into the cameras. These will work also. So price wise, yeah, this one about 20 bucks, I think, when I got them. This one here, right about 10, 15 bucks for him. He doesn't have anything special with him, just the microphones there. But if you're on a low budget, you don't have the money for wireless, because the wireless microphones like I'm using here, I think this set here I bought ran about $300. So 20 bucks just starting out with something like this, or $300 for the wireless. If you use the Rode ones, those are the nice ones. I'm using the Comica ones right now, and these ones seem to work fine for me, but they're a lot cheaper than the Rode. I have some ones that were like voice something from the old models from like 5 years ago. They're little boxes and everything. They're really big, but in close surfaces, straight shots, and they were even, I saw a guy out on a football field using those, and they worked fine. So, but it's got to also remember when you first start out what your budget can go ahead and do. So let me go ahead and get away from the sound stuff over here right now. Those are good investments as you're just starting out as a creator. But let's go ahead and start jumping into some of the lighting stuff here now. Let me go ahead and show you this one first onto the camera. Can you put zero on that? Come on, focus in. This is a little portable light. That go ahead and hooked up real easy, slides right on top of there, and I got him as a little portable light. And this, I've been able to use him for products, setting him down, showing different things. Let me go ahead and flip him on. He's got a pretty little bright light right there. Probably just blinded everybody on there right now at the moment. And it seems only have just an off and an on. The drawback with this one was, I had trouble with this one. As I go and show you over here again, whoop, back over, is he's got batteries. He eats up the battery. Once the battery is dead, brand new battery time. I do have a lot of my stuff that I know has batteries in it. I went ahead and used rechargeable, so I can pop them out, recharge them, put them back in. This one just happens to have regular batteries in it, and that was a big drawback with this one. But price-wise, I think this was 10 bucks. Okay, nice little portable light. It does work. I still use it. I still pop batteries in it every now and then. But I went to the upgraded model. This one has a little charging thing in the back. Let me see if I can get that over there. Bring it in. You can see the back of him. He's got a little charging thing. You can press the button. Turn them on. Come on, flip on there. On the back there, you should see with them on, the little lights on there will go ahead and tell you how much the battery is. This one is at full charge right now, but he's got a nice little bright light right there also. And let's see if and I don't think this one actually goes, yeah, I don't think this one actually does go up and down a little bit. So I can get, this one does have the capability of getting brighter or dimmer on it, where the other one couldn't. This one was about 15 to 20 bucks when I got it. So yeah, this one was a lot cheaper, no adjustment on the light, and it had batteries. This one does have adjustment on the light, and he's chargeable. So with a little portable power bank, even if I'm out there on a site using him, he starts going dim, I can plug him right in and he'll go ahead and work pretty good. Next one, for lights. Something that's really cheap, pretty much right on line with, let me bring this over so you can see him there in the camera. Flip him around to the back so you can see the back there. He does have a battery that plugs in the back on the back there, and there's an on and off switch. That's right up in par with price about one of these is this guy here. I've got a head and diffuser put on the front of it here instead of doing direct light. But these are really good. I've actually got a couple of these. And these I use a lot of times for my green screens. I'll flip them on the back and have them so the green screen will stay bright. Or I've used them as backlights and stuff like that. They work really good. They've got their little adjuster on the bottom. They fit right on top of a little tripod stand. And I can just pop them around and use them wherever I need them. The batteries that these things use. You can use the little smaller ones right here. That'll plug right into the back of this. You just pop this back off, and then as you can see it, he does have a section where you can go ahead and put regular batteries in it, but no, I use the little ones like this right here. It'll work right in. The problem I found with these actually work pretty good and lasted a fairly decent time. I can probably get a good 30 minutes out of this battery on these, or even more sometimes. But the little ones, hard to get in and out. So what I did is I made a jump. Went to the next size up. They do make, on these batteries, different sizes. This is the next jump up. He works in there, and it gives me a lot more time on this, almost double the time of that. And then if you really want, jump into the big heavy duty ones. I use these a lot as times as running the cameras or running the bigger lights and stuff. Usually not so much these little guys here, but you can get the 3 different levels of those into the back of those. And they work pretty good. You just pop the cover back on, you got it in, and he's done. Last one on my list today, I'm going to go ahead and show you as far as little lights. That one again, price-wise, maybe 20 bucks for some little portable lights. That can work in your room. And these are adjustable because I've got the different settings right here. So you can make the lights brighter and up and down. It's got the little dial right here. That's what they do. Turns it on, turn it off. And it's got a little button back here to set them up and down for different. Probably with these and this one, the biggest problem with these ones is that they can't give you the different colored lights. You can't go down to the lower settings like 2500 or the 5700, so you can't get the white light or the yellow light with these. They stay one colored or just the regular white light on these. Now, this one here is one that I found. I actually see a lot of people. These used to be really popular. I think they probably still are. Is the little portable lights. These ones, bring him on. This one can do both colors. He can do all kinds of colors on them. Let's see if I can get him to change his colors here on me. Am I going to change up? Without playing with him too much. No, he's just going to, can you change? Come on, give me a strobe or something. Okay, he's not going to cooperate with me right now, changing all his dials and stuff. This one can change brightness intensity. So he can get dimmer, brighter. He can do the 2500, go all the way up to 5700, 50, I think 6500. And if he would cooperate with me, we would get him changed. Let me see if I can get him to pop over somewhere. And why is nothing moving on you today? Not changing any of your dials. I can change brightness and stuff, but I can't. Okay, not sure why he's not. There he goes. Now he's catching up. He's doing a little lightning effect. Let me get it. There he goes. He can start changing colors. He goes red, blue, green, yellow. He can change all the different colors that you like. So that is one. Let's see if we can bring him over here. I don't think the camera's really giving it too much justice here as far as just showing the different colors and stuff right there. But that's one thing. Now he's changed. That was it. Hit the top button and we'll kill it. So this little guy here, again, when these first came out, they were expensive. I was thinking 40, 50 bucks for these. This one down here, I think the last one I bought, because I actually got a couple of these. I actually started liking this one a lot, and I think I paid like 25 bucks for it now. I think they're getting down in price because they're coming out with the newer ones that are magnetic and all different things. He does have the connection right there, so you can go and show it at the bottom there. It's going to come on, focus in. There it goes. That you can go ahead and put a tripod on them. I can screw right in. Most of these all use the same size as the screw. You'll find a lot of them. Use right there. They screw right in, and I can put him on a little tripod stand and use them, and I've used them that way. I've hidden him on different filming scenes and stuff like that, put him behind something, get some lights coming out from back behind something. These things just slide right in. Not magnetic. If you want to get the magnetic ones, those are going to cost you more. These, I don't know, like I said, I think the last one I bought was down around 25, 30 bucks. And maybe by now you might even be able to get them. If you catch them on sale or something, get even cheaper than that. These are great little things, and they do work. You can use them here. You can get a little connector right there. Slide him onto your camera. He'll work up there also. So these are a good little thing to work. So those are just a couple of the ideas. Like I said, I've got tons of different ideas in this room that you could go ahead and use and starting off with. But some cheap little lights, go ahead and start you with. You want to bump up to about 25, 30 bucks on that, or you can get it down to 15. Good there. Batteries. Portable batteries so you can move around a lot instead of plugging into things. These are really lifesavers a lot, especially when you want to use lights like this. Get it out in the field or something, just pop this in the back. You've got it good for a couple hours with that one there. You're great. Your phone, you don't want to spend the money for some wireless or stuff. I had the money for it right now. Go ahead and spend 20 bucks and run some cables with this. Like I said, this is 20-foot long cable right here. So you want to go ahead and set that up there. Good idea for recorder, so that if you don't camera, you want to keep your camera off, move it around, and you can jump over here with this. Cage support for that, handle on it, or a really cheap option right here. Hook your phone and stuff right here, boom, carry it, move it around, however you want. So those are some of the ideas for a lot of you content creators just starting out that you don't have to spend a lot of money. Next week, we're going to go ahead and jump into some of the stuff about some of the cameras that are getting hot. So go ahead and stick around for that for next week's one. Go ahead and hit the like button, share it with your friends and stuff, and I'll go ahead and see you next week. Thank you.